get my mustache. It's a bit of a long story.
Well, before the break, we asked our audience the question, have you signed an organ donor card? And here's how they voted. 47% said yes, so just over half haven't done it yet. And for our television viewers, you can send us your answers to the addresses on the screen. And we have been talking with Ellen Campbell about her journey as she waits for a double lung transplant. And she says it's the love of her family that has kept her moving on this scary journey. Her mother, Manon, is taking an unpaid leave of absence from her job as a nurse to care and live with Hélène in Toronto. Mom, wow, what a journey you are on as a family. And you're used to caring for others as a nurse, but now what's it like to do this?
Oh, well, it's wonderful, I have to say, to actually be able to do it and know that I'm so much more comfortable with having to look after my own daughter. Not that I'm not comfortable with others, but I already have the knowledge, and it's a privilege to be able to do it on one hand, and on the other, it's difficult because it's your own child.
How did you respond to going to the hospital? It looks like the lungs might be ready. Oops, not good enough.
Well, Hélène has such a positive outlook on life that it helps us when we see her reaction as well. She knew that if it's not the right time, it's not going to happen. And I have the same belief as she does, that way that, the doctors are going to make the decisions they can. And also I trust with my faith that God ultimately is in control. And if it's the right time, the right moment, it will happen.
This has been a giant faith journey for you as a family. Let's talk about that. Calling out to God and saying, why? I'm only 20. Why our family? How would you answer that? How does it feel to have God on the journey here?
I've never asked why me, because this has been kind of just my life was always on the go, that I didn't really, take time to even really focus on God. It was just, life was always on the go. And ultimately, I have no choice but to stop and kind of reassess everything going on. So for me, I never asked why, because I never really looked at that side of things until this. And it's kind of, going through this is kind of opening my eyes to a bigger look and a bigger perspective on faith.
And how about for you, Manon? What's happening with your walk with God in such an interesting walk with your daughter?
Some people would be tempting to ask why, but I do also know that situations happen to anybody and everybody, and ultimately I trust that, and I hope that through all of this, my faith will remain faithful to God, and that He will give me the strength to carry on day by day and be able to go through, each moment that we have to go through, and that we will have the love and support of our friends, of our family, knowing that ultimately,
I found it fascinating that it was your church, a church family, yes, that took $100, one of those pastor things like, go do something good with this. They launched your website. Mm-hmm. And tell us a little bit about the kind of traffic and the ability to go social media with that this has given you.
It's been amazing. This man who did this for us, it's not our church, but it's his church that gave it to him. And it was the pay it forward, the kind of mentality. And he launched this website that was a blog just to help us and relieve us from, explaining it to absolutely everyone, because there's that bigger network of people. And for me, with a respiratory, it kind of gets hard to talk about things all the time. So it was a relief for the blog. And it's just gotten so big with this. We never would have thought from the beginning that it would be like this. Ultimately, our goal was we agreed to do the website in the hopes that we could give it on afterwards. That's why we didn't name it Me, so that it could be passed on for something greater, or foundation, or something to help families who need the help. And little did we know it would become this big...
Lungstory.ca.
Yeah.
This big thing.
Big thing.
How is your family of 6 coping with this? You're very close. You have to now live in separate cities, and we've got the Campbell family here. Tell us how it's affected you, Elizabeth.
It's been
different. It's been difficult. It's definitely a change in routines and stuff, but I think it's brought us a lot closer. Even though we've always been a close family, it's just brought us closer.
So
even.
we don't realize what families go through when they're waiting on extreme medical conditions. What would you say to people wondering, should I step in and support someone who needs to go through either organ donation or something this massive?
Oh, it's not just an encouragement, but it also gives hope to the people who do have to wait. If you've got somebody who steps up and steps out and actually helps in whichever way. We've received help in meals and people, you know, giving us wonderful notes and encouragements, messages, and it's uplifting to have that.
All right, well, stay with us because we're going to bring on the Trillium Gift of Life, which has been benefiting so much. It's the largest organ donor charity in Canada, and they've done an amazing job of being able to help people sign up for organ donation because of the publicity you've given them. So we're going to hear from them. But we'll also hear from a mother who lost her young daughter after a tragic bus accident, but that helped save the life of many others. And why, just because you carry a signed donor card, it doesn't mean you're registered.